I'm a minute early. It says we got two people. Sister Sharon's here. My little sister, the baby. What's up, folks? Who's got something tonight? Anybody got something tonight? Surely somebody's got something going on. I don't. Let me see. Just kind of ignore me for a minute. While I mess around. I'm messing with people. I'm trying to sucker people. Just see what happens. Okay. Not much going on. I don't have any announcements tonight. Absolutely nothing. So, what are we going to talk about? Ideas, opinions, anything, anybody. Nothing, nobody. Let me tell you something that happened this week. As I'm old and I'm decrepit, people seem to think maybe I'm wise, and I don't think so. But I had somebody tell me they had this wonderful idea about starting a new business. And I asked them, I said, where? Their answer was Arizona City, and I cringed. Arizona City is not huge on supporting local business. And I asked them what their demographic was going to be, what was their target. They didn't know. I had no clue. I said, well, are you selling a service or a product? It was, I'm not going to tell you what, but it was going to be a product. And I said, well, have you done any studies on demographics? Because with the internet there, you can do that. You don't have to pay somebody. You can find the demographics for most geographical areas. This area is over 20% of people over 55. I said, well, will this product appeal to older people? Will it appeal to younger people? Well, yeah, everybody will like it. Okay. And have you done any idea of where you're going to put it, what it'll cost you to set up a storefront? Because if you're going to be selling product, you're going to need a storefront. Service you can work out of your garage. No, haven't done that. Do you know what the product will cost and what you can sell it for? No. Well, you have to figure wholesale price. Once you get your business license and your tax ID, and then will you be able to order in quantity, or will you be buying small lots? Well, at first they'll be buying small lots. And I said, well, how much under normal retail can you get this product in small lots? Because most places don't like to sell wholesale small lots. They want to sell larger packages of an item. Well, they don't know. How long will it be sitting on the shelf? Well, we don't know. And of course, they don't. They've not done it. Well, are you going to be manning the store? Or do you plan to hire somebody? If so, how much are you going to pay them? How are you going to estimate your return on investment? The longer it sits on the shelf, the lower the return of investment is. They didn't know. This was one of those business ideas that started either sitting around a campfire, sitting in the pub drinking a cold beer, or at a coffee shop having coffee and a bunch of people talking. And, oh, wow, we can sell that. It won't work. It's not going to work. You've got a lot of work ahead of you before you open a business. What kind of license you're going to need? What kind of permits you're going to need? Where are you going to get the product? Will they discount for cash? Will they extend credit? You don't want them to extend credit, but something you need to know. There's just, I told them that you guys need to go do a little research and sit down and think about this. How are you going to get the word out? Are you just going to hang up an open sign and say, here we are? Or how are you going to advertise? There's not a great place to advertise here. There's no local radio station, which is not great now. There's kind of a local newspaper. So you're stuck with word of mouth and online advertising. And if you're new, you got no word of mouth. So there's a lot of work that you got to do before you just say, well, I'm doing this. Actually, you'd have better luck with a service if you know who will buy your service. So, guys, go back to the drawing board. Take your laptop and go sit at the coffee shop. Study your demographics. Research cost on materials. Find a place to put the shop or the storefront. Then find out how much your purchase price, rent, whatever it's going to be. I would suggest rent to start with. Find out what a phone line will cost you. Find out how much it will cost you to have internet in place. You got a lot of work to do, guys. A lot. I hope you're watching this. Okay. I've rattled on that long enough. I wasn't prepared to do a lot on it, so kind of off the top of the head type thing. So, who's got something? What's going on this week? Anything happening this weekend? Because I haven't seen anything. Seen no announcements, no nothing. So, I got diddly squat. And I've talked about diddly squat for 9 minutes or more. So what do we got? Who's got something? This is the 4/27/22 show. And you missed all the important stuff. I don't have any announcements. Paula, you got any announcements? Anybody got anything going on? Well, I just spent 10 minutes babbling about nothing, about the joys of trying to start a business without doing any kind of research at all. This is going to be a dead weekend. We got diddly squat going on. Here's my weather for tonight. It's 90.7 degrees, 11% humidity. I think our winter's over. What do you think? This is cooler than yesterday was. That's what I tried to explain to some people this week. I swear to God, a bunch of guys sat around a table in a bar drinking beer and decided they would open a business. No research, no demographics, no research on return on investment, cost, or even a place to put the business. So they've got probably 6 months of work ahead of them if they get serious about this. Or they could do it in 2 weeks and fall flat on their face. Either way. So this is a sad situation. It's the end of the snowbird season. Sitting here in the park, I've been watching them leave right and left. And I know more are leaving this week. So the snowbirds are almost gone, mostly gone. There's a lot of things you got to do. You got to figure out your target audience, then do some demographics and see if you've got target audience here. Can you compete? Can you compete with Casa Grande? But Arizona City's got the same problem as a lot of small cities do. They'll think they can drive 50 miles and get a better deal. Drive 50 miles, burn half a tank of gas because it's 50 miles back, so you got 100 miles in. How much did that gas cost you to go someplace and save $5? It's hard to get small town support for a small business. They just assume if it's in a bigger town, it's a better deal. That's not always true. In fact, it's rarely true. So I've been babbling for a little bit here. Didn't have anything to say. I even sent a couple of invitations out to get people to join in and got ignored. So, do is make this a short one. If you missed anything, go back and watch it from the beginning. I don't know why you would. It's not very interesting, but let's go ahead and do it. I think what I'm going to do is go find my easy chair, put my feet up. I'm pretty sure we're having ham for supper, which ham's always good. Here's what I'll say. Linda's on that keto diet. And Papa Murphy's offers a keto pizza, which is basically a crustless pizza in a pan. So Linda picked one up, and that's what we had last night. Pretty darn good. It's just everything on your pizza except the crust. I admit, I missed the crust, but other than that, it was fine. So, cheaper than eating at McDonald's. So there you go. That's it. Gonna wind it up. I'm a little worried. We've been missing Leonard. He hadn't showed up. And Rhea's not here tonight. So a little worried about her. I used a fork, but I guess you could do it with your fingers. I think it'd be very messy. It tasted good. Tasted like a pizza. Just no crust. So Linda's not very adventurous. She didn't want to use her fingers on it. Okay, guys. I've had enough. I got nothing. Some of y'all need to get out and do something so we can talk about you. We'll see what comes up. We'll be back next week. Who knows what we'll be talking about. I want y'all to take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Good night, all.